Okay, before recording First Snow, part 8. Let's see, Hand in Hand. Well, I had my doubts. The city workers managed to get the Christmas tree in the city's main square finished, just on schedule for the first day of December. Its oversized tinsel and baubles gleam happily in the morning's light, proudly announcing the coming holiday. Rose takes my pause in the middle of the city square as an excuse for a break, setting her bags down as I look up to the huge tree before us. Alright, let's not ask about it. Take a bite of a chicken nugget. Now with ranch. It's not the tree that's most interesting, so much as the crowd around us. Everyone walks to and fro just a little faster than normal walking speed, hurrying from shop to shop while hardly even glancing at the Christmas tree looming over everything. Sorry, I'm having a full-on meal right now while I'm recording this. I think I read something once about feeling alone, even in a crowd. So many faces pass by, from a couple holding hands to businessmen to groups of friends, yet I feel more disconnected than when I'm actually alone. That stuff is good. The clicking of a lighter next to me reminds me of my companion. The cigarette now perched in the corner of her mouth, glowing brightly. Shame we couldn't park closer. Downtown's pretty crazy these days, isn't it? Maybe we should put up our Christmas tree. Hey, I got a tree for us for a few days. A few days ago. I was the one who brought that. It's also like a foot tall.
Oh, yeah.
The cigarette perched in her mouth tilts downward as she looks at me, her smile turning a little less cheerful. Missing holidays at home, are you? A bit. She jumps onto my shoulder and gives me a firm shake. Hang in there. I might not be much company, but at least you got someone around. Were you homesick when you first moved out from home?
No.
Given the circumstances, no. I don't think you appreciate how lucky you are sometimes. Wandered straight onto that landmine. Rose has never talked about her immediate family in the few months I've known her, so maybe I should have taken the hint. Noticing the gazes of a few around us, I've turned upward. I look up curiously. Looks like the weather's turned. The morning chill turned snow. Piss off, winter. With a dissatisfied puff, She puts out her cigarette on a nearby bin lid before flicking it in with a practiced motion. This stuff is good. Taking your bags up once more, we continue the slog back to the bike. Hey, it's Eileen's car. Chin up, eh? I was gonna say this later, but I bought your favorite while you were looking.
Oh!
Strawberry trifle?
Uh-huh.
You know it. Just a thanks for pulling your weight a bit more. It's nice to see you getting yourself together. Just as I'm about to thank her, a loud ping comes from my pocket. A little sheep as I take my phone from my pocket to check what the message is. Behind you. Confused, I stop walking and turn about. Eileen holds her hand high as she slowly walks up the street, slipping her phone into her pocket as she arrives. I'm happy to see her, but something makes me hesitate. Something Rose picks up on, going by her churlish grin. I know full well I've fallen for Eileen. My stomach tying itself into knots at the sight of her makes me realize that asking her out will have to come sooner rather than later, if she's even interested in girls, that is. Trying to put my worries out of my mind as best I can do. I do my best to act normal. You've sure been getting some use out of that phone.
Morning.
Starting to see the appeal of these things. Yeah. Morning, Rose.
Hey.
Sup? Chicken nuggets. Stuff is good. Just out for a walk. The apartment gets stifling after a while. Interrupting anything, am I? When she puts it like that, she sounds far older than she should. In fact, even she didn't own a smartphone. Like simple walks alone and spends her days painting. I'm starting to doubt the girl I fell for is really my age. As this two strike up a casual little chat, I remember how Eileen and I came to meet, being pushed into the club, taking chance after chance to come closer to her in hopes of spending more time together. It's only that persistence which gained me her friendship. My heart begins to beat as I talk myself into the plan forming in my head. Pushing myself got me this far. Perhaps if I could take one more step. Hey Rose, can I leave these with you? She hesitates at the change of plans. The words blurted out before I can stop myself.
Sure.
Sure. I'll see you later. If you need a pickup, just call. Before I can so much thank her, Rose quickly starts the work of strapping the shopping bags to her bike. It'd probably be easier to get everything home without me on the back anyway. Eileen and I give her our goodbyes to her as we walk on, Rose waving us off. As we go, I think I see a small grin on her face. I guess she worked it out. I like Rose. She's funny. Mm-hmm. Okay. Once again, we're looking alone. Uh, once again, we're alone with each other. My stomach twists and turns as I desperately try to find some small talk to fill the air with. Not that Eileen looks fussed about it at all. Buried in thought, I barely register us moving through the old wrought iron gates and into City Park. The water in the pond lies nearly still. The ducks lazily bobbing about with the outflap of their wings to shake off the snow. The normally rustling branches of the trees stay silent as they gather falling snow, green slowly turning to white. With everybody in town busy shopping, all that's to be heard as we walk along the wide paths are footsteps on freshly fallen snow. Do you come here much? Yeah, every so often. Nice to just think to myself a bit without being cooped up. You? Only when I was younger. I like to feed bread to the ducks. I feel like I should have guessed that answer from you. All I can do is pat as she gives me a smug smile at my expense. Hey, hold up. What was that shot, bro? You didn't have to zoom in right there. Come on. That actually scared me for a second. Even as we walk on through the otherwise empty park, I can feel my eyes lingering on her. That difference between us is probably what drew me to her. Now that I think about it, I've never felt like this towards anyone else before. But I know my feelings are genuine as I gaze at her. If she spends Christmas with her family, I won't get to see Eileen again until classes start in the new year. Telling her what I feel might ruin everything. But I don't want this to linger like a hanging thread. If she can put herself towards her goals, then so can I. Oh god, I'm getting nervous, bro. As I come to a stop, the ceasing of my footsteps on the crushed snow makes Eileen turn towards me. Oh god, she's doing it right now? Holy crap. Okay, bro, I'm getting really nervous. As her eyes fall to mine, my heart begins to race. I'm instantly filled with doubts, but now it's too late. I've psyched myself up so much that it's surely showing. All my life, others have helped push me forwards. Now I have to do something for myself. Eileen taught me how I have to do that. Oh god.
Eileen, I wanted to tell you something.
Oh god. Why do you have to turn on the voice acting for like the worst parts, bro? Just let me say it. I can die down the situation a ton, trust me. With my voice shaking and hand clutching my other arm tightly out of nervousness, I take a long breath to clear my mind and sort out my words in my head. I ball my fists as I feel my hands shaking.
After spending my whole life with such a big family, this was the first time I've ever tried to live by myself. I was really lonely at first, and didn't really know what was going on. But recently, I realized that loneliness hasn't been around. I've met so many wonderful people, and had so many nice experiences. Now, I'm looking forward to every day, and what fun things might happen. A lot of that is thanks to you. So, I wanted to thank you for helping me.
This isn't exactly poetry so far, but I think I'm, hang on. Like, where's that button at? There we go. But I think I'm getting my feelings across right. Eileen simply looks at me, accepting the praise with only a touch of confusion.
Well, thanks. It's nice to be appreciated like that.
It's more than that, though. I mean, I first thought it was just friendship, but...
Why can't I be more confident than this? My throat feels like it's closing as my nerves get the better of me. It only gets worse the more I try to speak.
It's...
I'm so busy reading Eileen's expression that I lose track of what I'm saying. I try to desperately force something out, but no words come to me. Looking at her face, though, I don't think the rest needs to be said. Oh god. Is this like the art I saw? We just looked at each other silently, the winter snow falling between us. She looks gentle somehow. Stepping forward, she looks down at my blushing face. From here, I can see that there's... Bro, I'm getting flustered now, come on! I can see the faint red in her cheeks clearly. I can't think of anything else. Just that gentle, calm face that I've never seen her wear before. After a moment's hesitation, Eileen brings her hands forward, grasping my shoulders delicately. Yeah. And then as she leans down, everything stops. And reflexively, grasp in surprise as her soft lips Bro, come on, just speak. You've seen this before, holy crap. This is like every single, like anime ever. Just, what are you doing? I reflexively gasp in surprise as her soft lips press gently to mine. But it ends up stifled. With my body utterly frozen, I find myself completely in the grasp of the girl holding me, her breath tingling against my face. The sounds, the smells, everything beyond Eileen and I falls from my consciousness. All that's left is this wonderful warm feeling flowing through my entire body. Minutes, seconds, I have no idea how much time passes. I just know that I don't want it to stop. Eventually, sadly, Eileen's lips part from mine. That gave me chills. Straightening herself as she steps back, Eileen takes a long, shuddering breath as I stare dumbstruck at her wildly blushing face. The feeling of Eileen's lips pressed to mine replays endlessly, in my confused mind clouding everything else.
Eileen, you...
Bro, quit doing that! The air between us falls quietly, Eileen waiting for a reply as I stand in silent daze. Simple shock is one part of it, but far from all. Eileen is not only interested in women, but also in me. I feel like my heart could burst from the relief. It's only now that I see her fidgeting, playing with her hair, and not unable to quite stand still. I wonder how long that's been going on unnoticed. It makes me realize she's as unfamiliar at the situation as I am. Neither of us knows what we're supposed to do or say right now. Here I was trying to explain my feelings when Eileen rushes ahead and does something brash like that. Overcome with my flood of emotions and confusion, it's Eileen who ends up having to reluctantly move things forward.
Sure hope I didn't misinterpret that.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be really bad, though. Like, actually. Her attempt to play off her nervousness is betrayed by her blushing. I finally realized just why she's so uncomfortable right now. She left herself vulnerable. It's the first time I've seen her exposed like this. Her feelings plain to see.
I didn't know you felt that way.
I entertained the idea, I guess. Didn't ever think you'd be the one to make the first move.
Yeah, me either.
So you'll go out with me?
No, I just kissed you for the sake of it. Of course I will, you dolt. Guess we're in this thing together now, huh?
For all she tries to play things cool, it's obvious Eileen's as awkward about this as I am. Did the music just stop? Bro, I don't like that. I've been playing too many horror games recently. Music stopping is never good. The only reply I can muster, and perhaps the only one needed, is to smile. Okay, it just means the end of the chapter, never mind. Alright, that is chapter... one of them. That was a chapter, yes. Very good. Okay, let's see. A loud yawn fills the room. The living room. The droning of the television briefly overshadowed. The scene couldn't be more normal. Rose lounging about on the couch watching the morning news, the sound of traffic outside heading to work, and me stumbling around pulling on the last of my clothes as the morning's lessons loom. One thing is different now, though. Just thinking about what happened last night makes my heart race, but I have no idea what's supposed to happen after something like that. What happens when I see Eileen again? How close am I meant to be with her now that we're going out? Then there's the kiss itself playing over and over in my mind. The feeling of her sob. Yeah, you've said that like 12 times. The way she looked so flustered afterwards.
Oh!
Ow. A sharp pain from my shin brings me back to the real world. Bending down to rub my poor leg, revealing the cause to be walking into a chair. The feeling of embarrassment isn't helped by Rose looking over in concern.
You alright?
You okay? It's nothing, just bump my leg. Not sick or something, are you? You're even more clumsy than usual today. I'm fine, just didn't sleep much last night. It's times like this that normally being a morning person doesn't pay off. I shrug off her concern as best I can, distracting myself by throwing on clothes to prepare for the chill outside. Just take it easy, alright? The ice is bad enough out there already.
Okay.
I will. The walk down the road towards campus does me good, giving time for my mind to settle and get back to the daily routine. Not everything is quite the same, though. My footsteps feel light, and what's typically and that word walk feels unusually easy. I'm not quite dancing in the streets, but the day feels just a little brighter than usual. It's nice. The snowfall's been getting heavier. No, it's December. I pass a few people standing outside buildings while looking mournfully at their roofs, plotting how to dislodge the snow piled on top. The traffic's also slowed to a crawl, rolling carefully by. Rolling by carefully. Mm-hmm. First time having a chicken nugget since before the scene. Stuff is good. Like, Okay. Ads for Christmas sales on television are into full swing by now, which reminds me that I should get my shopping done when I have free time. I think I can scrape together enough money to buy a little something for everyone in my family. Then there's Christmas cards for my new friend too. Not to mention organizing a trip home for very Christmas is meant to be relaxing, but it feels like there's so much to organize for it. Coming up to campus, I try to focus my thoughts back onto school for the time being. Thankfully, the paths here are better cleared, if nothing else. Holy crap! This chicken nugget dust is getting on my seat. As students file in past the gate, my heart skips a beat as I recognize a particular blonde girl. She looks back and notices me as I skip up to meet her. Her usual tired expression unwavering. I've never met someone so far from a morning person.
Hi.
Morning. Allison.
Hey, Allison. Oh, she actually said my name this time. Did she normally, or... I felt different, I don't know. With that, the both of us walked side by side. All thoughts of schoolwork leave my mind as I try to stop myself glancing at Eileen, furtively trying to work out exactly how I was expected to act. Did I just say act? Act around her. The part where we admit we're interested in each other is also where most of the romance movies I've seen end. And I've never gone out with anyone before. And there's the fact that neither of us has said a word to the other beyond a quick greeting. I try to comfort myself with the thought that it's probably the same for Eileen, too. It's always so hard to read her poker face. Good grief, it's cold today. Oh no, she's talking about the weather. Holy crap. Oh crap. She's not thinking at all about yesterday, is she? Of course she is. She's just not showing it. With a long breath, it feels like all my restlessness leaves me. Eileen's relaxed attitude makes me feel embarrassed for getting so worked up after seeing her again. How are you so confident about this? You know, with us going out and everything? I'm just really good at faking it. See? Hanging my head, I give up on ever trying to read her. The grin Eileen gives me feels better about today, and it makes me feel better about today in an instant. Her normally cold demeanor, if just for a moment, is pierced by that sincere smile that peeks through. A smile which soon evaporates, collapsing into something else entirely. Something wrong? I just remembered something troublesome. Appreciate. No, that's gonna be so bad. Bro, you cannot let her know about that crap. I almost ask why before the obvious hits me. With my thoughts finally moving beyond the girl at my side, the implications of all this become clearer. Should we just tell her? I'd rather not. You know Capricia as well as I do. I don't want her to make a fuss about us getting together. Then again, she'll probably work it out herself. She's not stupid. She knows to pay attention if I'm serious. Besides, is there really that much harm in letting her be happy for us? Oh, there is. My serious tone in defense of Capricia seems to catch Eileen off guard. Catches me a little off guard, too.
Okay, fine.
Fine, if you're going to tell her, then I want to be there, too. Oh, really? I thought you wouldn't want to be there. Okay. The discussion comes to an end, yet I find myself not wanting to leave despite having nothing further to say in particular. It seems Eileen has the same problem as she's awkwardly mills about the chatting students passing around us, only make the silence between us more pointed. No, it would not. Would it be okay if I kiss her? Here and now? Yesterday in the park, we did it without thinking. Eileen's always so awkward about physical affection that I'm not sure she'd like it, especially in public. What I'm thinking must have been plain to see is Eileen reaches down, placing her hand on top of my head and scruffing it around in response. Might be an odd way for her to show her feelings, but I can't say I hate the gesture. I feel my cheeks blushing as her hand rubs my head. Enjoying every moment until she stops, Eileen's awkwardness around all this makes me feel a little better about my own uncertainty. Everything will work out fine, I'm sure of it. Ever the optimist. I better get to classes. See you at the club, I suppose. She sure doesn't seem to share my optimism as she waves and walks off, nor my like of our new club. I'm sure she'll come around, though. The afternoon wearing on, I trudge up the familiar route to the second floor of the arts building. The sounds of raised voices comes from up ahead, easily audible in the otherwise dead silent hallways. I'm gonna take a chicken nugget break real quick. Stuff is getting cold, and that is not good. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, they're coming up from the art room itself. Steeling myself for what's to come, I sigh and head on up to the door inside. Oh crap. Capricia got those angry eyebrows. Something's wrong. Alina and Capricia have already arrived as usual, each standing on the opposite side of the table as they fume at each other. Their heads snap towards me in unison the moment the door rattles open, making my heart skip a beat. Yes? Help me talk some sense into this woman, please.
Eileen!
Just relax. As an art club president, I have everything under control. What did you do? Everything except the club part. That's a good comeback. I mean, come on. What would you say to that? I mean, I would have thought a club needed things like official paperwork and advisor, funding for supplies that have been pilfered from the real art classes. Basically, more of an excited proclamation of a club existing. That's why I'm working on the posters. Feeling sorry for the heavily sighing Eileen, my eyes drift to said posters lying on the table between them. I walk over and tentatively take a look at the one sitting on top, its sharp graphics and color scheme catching the eye. They do look nice.
Thank you!
See, people will love them. I may say that, but it's obvious this is out of her comfort zone when it comes to art. Her sketching is always nice, but her work with paints comes off as a little crude. Still trying new things is to be praised.
Caprice.
Think about it logically. It's nearly Christmas. All the students are going to be on break soon. Even if they weren't, nobody would be looking for a club to join around now anyway. I wouldn't exactly say that. Capricia is quick on the draw as she leans over and latches onto my shoulder, beaming a smug look of victory at her opponent. I feel like I've been reduced to a useful prop in an argument, but Capricia isn't wrong. Eileen looks physically pained as she groans in frustration. She did walk right into that one. In what could be interpreted as the universal sign of giving up, she shakes her head and starts to walk away, retreating to the cabinet to grab her things. It looks like posters will be the accomplishment of today as far as the club goes. Ow! Crap. Have you ever just grabbed the cap of like a bottle wrong, where like your skin like piles up on it? That hurts like a... I suppose it doesn't hurt to try and draw in some more members.
Yeah!
Hopefully we can get them soon too. I wanted to have another club outing, and the more the merrier. And like I declared, we're going to make the pizza place a regular thing for the club.
Sure thing.
I'm up for it. Eileen looks dreary as a traitor to her cause, but knows her goose is cooked as she hangs her head. I swear she looks more tired than usual.
Exactly!
Then it's settled. Capricia goes back to fussing over her posters, brushing off some specks of dust that have settled on the paint. Taking advantage of the distraction, I look to Eileen. She grimaces. I have got to figure out how to say this word. I swear to God, it's not grimace. That sounds so wrong. It can't be grimace, right? That just doesn't sound like a word. She grimaces as I pointedly flick my eyes back to our companion, plainly hoping to leave this for another day by her reaction. Reluctantly, Eileen sets her paints down and plods back over like a child accepting their bitter medicine. In hindsight, perhaps she was trying to use her painting as an excuse not to deal with this. Capricia is one of my new friends, however. I'd feel bad hiding this from her. Even if we tried to, she'd just poke and poke until one of us eventually spilled the beans.
What's up with you two?
Oh god. Bro, I really don't like when they do the voice acting. Like, I liked it before because, you know, it helped me, so I didn't have to read every sentence. But they do it for all, like, the parts I don't want to watch.
Caprice, there's something we need to tell you.
Okay, I just got a text on Discord. Give me a second. This is gonna be interesting. Holy crap. Oh no, he's gonna do it again. Do not disturb. There we go. Alright.
To make this absolutely clear, this does not leave the room. Do you understand?
Oh god. You know it leaves the room. You're talking to Capricia. Capricia. I almost said Caprice.
Yes, ma'am!
Oh god. I don't understand why you could want to tell her about this. This is like just a terrible idea.
I'll bet.
Eileen and I have started... I mean, it just happened recently, but...
We're going out.
I feel Eileen take my hand in hers. I worry for a second about the sweatiness of my palm, but feeling her hand closing around mine settles my nerves. I never realized how warm someone else's hand could feel. As her fingers tighten, I realize something else. Eileen's settling herself just as much as me.
Eh? Like, dating? So you guys are both...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh god! No! Don't do that! My guess that Capricia wouldn't go too well turns out to be true, with even her surprise feeling a little exaggerated for effect.
Well then, aren't you glad you can do art together all the time now?
God, of course you would.
Look, we don't need any help. Much less help from you.
But...
It's alright. I appreciate what you've done. Just don't go too crazy helping things along. Promise?
Promise!
You know she's not gonna keep that. Come on, she is...
Sounds like things are lively in here.
Hello, Wallace. Our gazes snapped towards the doorway, Wallace strolling in with an expression more bored than in the least bit surprised. Eileen's hand lets go of mine, but the word remains as I reflectively feel my hand with the other to recount the sensation. I'm glad Eileen is is a more collected person than I am, calmly playing off the interruption. Just as she's about to greet him, though, Millie slides around his figure and into the room.
Millie, you're here!
Oh god, is she actually joining? I have nothing against her, it just seems like this would be a bad time.
You're looking cheerful today. We just finished our own club work, so we thought we'd pop by.
Wallace is in the writing club with Millie. He responds to my surprised look with a shrug, clearly trying to avoid setting off Capricia.
Only for now.
Only until I graduate from this place. I'm not joining this club, no matter how many times you ask.
You make it sound like being here is some horrible fate.
I smile a little at Eileen suddenly finding some pride in the art club. That's someone's spoken against it.
As for what I actually came here for, Haley was wanting us to join her for takeout.
Oh god, Capricia's face just turned so hard, bro.
Oh, right! Takeout! Lead the way!
What? Bro, it just went from like really mad to just a smile. Lily gives us a polite wave goodbye as Capricia skips over to pick up her hoodie on the way out. Unfortunately for Capricia, Eileen doesn't let her go that easily. Yeah, she gotta let her know. I knew she was gonna do this
And your
too.
club?
Okay, never mind. I was thinking of something else.
Today's art club meeting is over. Good work, everyone.
With a thumbs up from Capricia, the two disappear out the door and head off down the hallway. The three of us are left to our own devices after they leave. While I think Wallace to be a perfectly nice person, I'm still not really sure how to act around him. With Capricia no longer being the center of attention, that familiar self-consciousness I have around strangers flares up once again. It seems I'm not alone. It seems I'm not alone in not quite knowing what to say. Wallace and Eileen doing little more than awkwardly mill around. Given that they're good friends, it makes me think something is going on.
I've told her, Wallace. You don't need to keep your mouth shut anymore.
As he lets out a sigh of relief, it finally clicks.
Wait, you knew about Eileen and I?
Eileen, yes. Not you, though. Going by the fact this didn't just become intensely awkward, I'm going to say things worked out.
Eileen takes my opposite shoulder and shakes me lightly.
Seems so.
Well, I'm happy for you too. Hope it works out.
Thanks.
Told you I'd find someone who could put up with me.
That's not the kind of thing you should say about yourself. Guess I'll get out of your way then. Just take things easy, okay?
We will.
We give each other our goodbyes before he leaves, his unmistakably large figure slowly disappearing down the orange-lit hallway. And then there were two.
Huh?
I thought you didn't want to tell anyone. Wallace is different. He's known I like girls since we were in high school. He's known I like you for a while now, too. I feel myself blush. The fact that Eileen talked to Wallace about me like that makes me smile. Suppose we'd better head home to, given the club's meeting's over. Guess so. It's an obvious invitation for us to leave together, but I find my feet stuck. I know I'll see her again tomorrow, but...
Why?
Something on your mind? I don't really know how to phrase this, but what happens now? The expression she gives me is one of genuine thought rather than judging me for being so lost. It's only now that I wonder if this is actually her first relationship or not. If it is, then that makes my confusion a lot more embarrassing. That's up to you as much as it is me, you know? I guess school has got us for a week, but how about we go for a date on Saturday? Be good to get some use out of the car for once.
Oh!
That would be good. I mean, yes, let's do that. You don't have to correct yourself. Come on. I can drive us. So just give a heads up once you've worked something out. Okay. As a considered prospect, I can see a little excitement from Eileen at the idea of going on her first date, though I doubt she's realized it herself. As silence settles in the room, I see my chance. I don't know about that, bro. That's I don't know about that, Chief. I mean, yeah. Allison? Taking Eileen's hand in mine and raising myself to my toes, I close my eyes and let my chin push forward. My heart feels to stop for a fleeting moment, my lips gently pressing to Eileen's as our hands intertwine. As our lips part and I come back down, my heart makes up for lost time. Come to think of it, I guess that's the first time I've ever kissed somebody myself. I have to admit the physical side of us being together is nice, even if it is awkward. I can't help but feel the sensation lingering despite the moment having passed, filling me with warmth. Even Eileen, so normally placid and stoic, looks flushed. The two of us end up standing around like complete dorks, the only sound being the trees rustling outside. I've been wanting to do that since this morning. I swear you're getting bolder by the day. With a gentle smile, Eileen reaches over and rubs my hair. Even if I still don't quite know how to react when she does so, I can feel my head leaning into it, and a dumb grin spreading on my face. Alright. That is that chapter. Let me check how much time we got left. It's been 51 minutes. I think that's good for now. Though I would like to do more, I'll just have to wait, because I have already recorded 3 times this day. I still have one more day before I go back to work, so yep. I will see you in the next one.